Welcome back. We are currently hearing Dee's testimony. I've got to the point now where we're being asked, how could she have dealt with the body? How could she have moved the body from Studio 2 to Studio 1? And obviously, my head's thinking, the van. She brought up the van. So she could do it. So it's like, which one's the best option for this though? I bet she could move it, or she had another way. I'll go with she had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. The van, she's the one who brought the damn thing up, so, you know. Miss D, carry the body to Studio 1. And you use the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Well, duh. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss D could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume in the perfectly placed incinerator. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss D, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun. I win? Even the jury's like, what? So what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost something like that? I just said that. Wait. So you mean... D? So, it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right? But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? I don't know. Testify again? I'd probably say you did it? Oh god, I didn't want to press that. Press the wrong button. Miss D, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure that question helped this court get any closer to a verdict. What do I do now? Testify again? I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth. Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. Come so far, I need to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, D. Yes, Miss Edgeworth. I was hoping you'd come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I, too, see little point in making Miss D repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body. Very well. What is Edgeworth doing? He basically won. What? The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. Yeah, there's like... I do get that sense from Edgeworth. It's like he still wants to be a nice guy, so maybe he's sort of like... No, justice has to prevail in this instance. She did do it. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth... After finding the body, I was with Sal and old Mag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, old Mag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script. No, because we know where the script was, because we got you the script. And direction notes. And I went home. Nope. I see no issue raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now. But if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Yeah, it's all on that one bit later where it's like, no, we got her the script. Yeah, we already know where we're going with this. There we go, there we are. So I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. It's just that's the bit. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? It was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Yeah, I guess. Very well. Miss D, please continue. What? Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement. What are you doing, Edgeworth? Like, seriously? Huh? Think. Miss D said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Just see what that means. She would have had to have known about the murder before going to Studio 1. Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss D, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. She wasn't there, was she? No, wait. Hammer wasn't injured. It was Powers that was injured. The only, How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. I have to find something to peg this on her here. For everything we've done until now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. As for selling old bags, security, alright. Assistant was there too when Powers was absent. Immediately called the police. Security lady old bag was quite agitated. Asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. I knew that Hammer was injured because Hammer wasn't injured. Hammer wasn't injured. That's right, so. Okay. It's gotta be that one because he's dragging one leg, so it's like, that's gotta be the line of questioning. It has to be. Objection! You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Oh, low battery. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss D, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. When was he doing this? Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss D, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order! Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, D. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. Okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss D's motive in this matter. It has to be the picture. There's nothing else that really is relevant. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss B.D.? Yep. 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D, not the other way around. What motive would Miss D, have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss D's motive for murder. Okay. Allow me to present court evidence proving the motive. The only thing I've got is the picture again. Why was the head off? This is my proof. And this tells us why Miss D wanted to kill Mr. Hammer. I say all it proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Mr. Wright, court requests that you find your marbles immediately. Yeesh, and I'm afraid I have to penalize you for this waste of the court's time. Ah, damn it! Nick, we're so close. Think this one through, please. Mr. Wright, I'll ask you again. Please explain Miss D's motive for murder. Okay. Allow me to present the court evidence proving Miss D's motive. The monkey head? This is my proof. And this tells us why Miss D wanted to kill Mr. Hammer. Let's say all it proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. I don't think there is going to be one, is there? The way that's just come back round. With the same lines. We're so close. Get this one through. I'm going to say she doesn't have any. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss D did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss D. Ah, yes, of course, right, yes. See, he was trying to kill her. He'd be trying to... That's why he's the Steel Samurai. Yes. That's why there was no motive. It all makes sense now. What? What? It's like, I've sort of given up on trying to figure it out and more like understanding how the game works, if anything. It's like, well, clearly that's repeating a pattern, therefore that's not the right answer. We'll go with the other option. Again, it's just that sort of like, rather than trying to understand the motive and etc, etc, it's like, understand what the game wants me to say, is how I'm feeling now. Like, Your Honor, Jackhammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jackhammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jackhammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jackhammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him in all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss D, what? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! All I could think is faulty towers. Please try to remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Miss Hammer was doing an action scene and... No. Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss D. No, and such. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. Somehow you stumbled into the right thing. I lose, again. Oh, yes, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. It really is a miracle this time. Like, there's a lot of points throughout there. Like, I almost failed at one point. Very much felt like I'm trying to figure it out, but it's like, I'm getting close, but not close enough. And it's sort of, again, just that reconfiguring my brain to be like, what does the game want me to do? Rather than trying to, like, it's sort of like, I couldn't, like, in the first trial, I couldn't get all that evidence out to be like, no, this is what happened. There was no way I could do it. So it's just like, readjust to be like, what does the game want me to do at this point? What does it want me to do? It's repeating patterns here, therefore that's the wrong answer. Try a different thing. It may spark something else. Like, I didn't know Edgeworth was going to end up working with us. How would I know that? These kind of little details, it's like, no. It's sort of like half story-driven, if you know what I mean. It's interesting, though. It's like I've got to play with the game in trying to uncover the truth. It's interesting. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Well done. This? Where'd I get this from? Well, the first, that is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss D, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Oh, this is what I think. This time I wanted to put the blame on you because... Scrapbook, the path to glory? Because, like, he's appreciated like he was, sort of thing? That makes sense, doesn't it? That does generally make sense. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai. Mr. Hammer was a big star once. I think there was a big bang outside just then. It was very loud. Anyway. But he was reduced to acting in a kids' show, and as the villain to boot. Kids loved the Steel Samurai. And so, he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP. Oh? Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... He doesn't know. Is something wrong? No, of course not. Nick Edgeworth. Say something. What? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? What's happening right now? That was too bad, Edgeworth? You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. And D would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Yeah, it's very, very strange. Again, it's like I would not have expected him to have actually done that at that point, so it's like, this is very, very odd. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Snip. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with an unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. Listen to me, Pheonix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Okay. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals, right, Nick? But now we are. Alright, I get the idea. I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? I guess we won't find out. And so the curtain closed on another trial. Caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. It went back to making kids shows again. Oh, lovely. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. To buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that W.E. gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. Oh dear. The end. Right, so that would be a perfect place to end this part. And in the next part, we're going to turnabout goodbyes. So I'll save my progress. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-ta for now.